People need consequences in life and in relationships. If a partner is cheating and you are begging them to stay, or you are trying by any means necessary to please them so that they stay, do you think there's incentive for this person to make changes and improve the relationship? I understand that this mentality comes from a place of trauma. And in that, we also need to step back and learn to use common sense. Someone is cheating on you. You are in a relationship. You are in a marriage. You are married. And you haven't agreed on their cheating or on extra marital relationships, because some people have got this consensual non-monogamy. You haven't agreed on that. So it is helpful that you respect yourself, because the most important form of love you can demonstrate to yourself in times when a partner is cheating on you is something called self-respect and dignity. Dignify yourself and say, no, I'm not going to put up with this. We are not saying destroy your relationship, because some couples have overcome betrayal and went on to create a healthy relationship. But initially, when this happens, you need to trigger your self-respect to say, no, I'm not going to put up with this. And in the moment that you are not happy and you feel betrayed and it has happened instantly, it's like a raw wound. There is no time to talk about what has happened because you are angry and this person is defensive. And in that moment also, they might have some supposedly good reasons for what they are doing, because people cheat for a reason. Don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning cheating, but we are human beings. We cope differently. Some people who are unable to resolve conflict in a healthy way will go on to cheat when they've got problems in their relationships, because that's the reason why people cheat. There is a problem in the relationship, but rather than address it in a healthy way, in a way where they engage and sit down and communicate, they go and find something else or someone else, which is useless, pointless, and unhelpful for the relationship, really. Because you are better off leaving the relationship. If you feel like you can't solve anything or you can't solve any conflict, leave the relationship and then go and sleep around or sleep with other people. So, but it happens. So you are better off leaving the relationship for a while and dealing with yourself. Let them deal with themselves. And then when you have calmed down, you need to engage and then talk about things and discuss to find out why they did it. And in the space of you not being with them, the separation, it's also going to be a form of consequences, because when you stick around, when you stay around, they do not notice that they have made a mistake. They think they are entitled to fooling about with other people. This is the problem. This is the reason why many people don't stop cheating, because you shout at them, you stomp your feet, you throw a tantrum, and you go and sleep with them. Yeah, we've been there. Some of us too. And then what happens? There's no change, because this person is so hardened. They know what you do, how you react. And also, the more you react in that manner, the more turned off they are, and the more they go and cheat out there, because they are not happy at home. So it's a vicious circle, which you really need to address by changing the way you show up when your partner cheats. By changing how you show up when there is betrayal in the relationship, look into healthy coping strategies. When you engage or re-engage, find out why they cheated, and then you both need to work on yourselves. But you also need to know whether you both want to return to this relationship, because sometimes people cheat because they want to leave. And this is something that you really need to be honest and open about with yourself, and not to avoid. Because sometimes in times of self-betrayal, we try to avoid the truth that this person is done. Maybe they don't want us anymore. That's why they are cheating. And again, it's not an excuse that this person has got poor conflict resolution skills, because they might just cheat as a way out. But you need to not give them a valid reason, an excuse to escape in an unhealthy way. Rather, you are going to need to act in a way that inspires them to come and talk to you in a healthy way. If you throw a temper tantrum and whatever, they are not going to come forward and communicate feedback. Because again, the other reason why we react or throw tantrums in relationships is because we are scared to confront ourselves. We are scared to address our shortcomings. Because when we throw a temper tantrum, when we show aggression, it doesn't give the other person an opportunity to give us the feedback that might help us to recognize what we need to resolve in a relationship. Additionally, that is a form of self-sabotage in a relationship. And that is also a sign of lack of emotional availability. Because when you are emotionally unavailable, you self-sabotage, you avoid yourself, you avoid any logical approach to conflict resolution. It's always a temper tantrum, it's always a reaction, it's always about you. There's nobody else and nothing else that matters apart from what is important to you, because you are trying to avoid being in a safe, emotionally safe container or a relationship. So you have to keep self-sabotaging until your relationship ends. This is why you need to find healthy ways to address infidelity in your relationship. This is why you need to step back, give your partner space, and then engage at some point and hear them out, and then deal with your pain. As I said, in order to heal, we have to confront our emotions. We have to address our emotions. We have to feel our emotions. We have to go through the pain. Because if we don't go through that pain, then there's no way we are going to understand what's going on in us. And in that, there won't be also a way to address or to make changes in our lives about our dysfunctional patterns or something that we are doing that's not helping. Because as much as this person cheated, as much as it's not acceptable to cheat, it happens because there is a problem in the relationship. And we are not blaming you because you feel that you are the victim, of course. But the point is, you also have to know that it takes two. It's a dynamic. And as much as this person has messed up, you need also to address what you are doing wrong in the relationship. You need to confront your fears. You need to confront your dysfunctional patterns. And you both need to address the issues in your relationship. But you have to let them go first rather than just keep them there.